Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Scott from Team Hotheads, and right now I'm gonna do a deck profile on one of my favorite decks, Spirals. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Sorry for the quality. I'm using my phone right now. Have to wait for a stand to come to the mail. So, first we're gonna be doing is 3 Super Agents. Super Agents is probably the best card in the deck. Give or take who you play, but his effect is once per turn you can special summon this card by calling the top card of your opponent's deck correctly, monster, spell, or trap. And his other effect is if you special summon, he gets to pop a spell or trap card on the field. He's very important to the deck. He allows you to OTK really good. So 3 of him. Next up is 3 quick fixes. More likely probably the most broken card in this deck. The simple fact, his effect is not once per turn. His first effect is if he's normal special summon, you get to add that Spiral Gear card from your deck to your hand, which is good. Allows you to get your big reds, your drones, stuff like that. Other effect is if there's a super agent on the field, you can ditch a card from your hand to special summon him, and you get the same effect off to add another gear card from your deck to your hand. Only downfall is when he leaves the field, he's banished. So usually you go into your rank 1s plays just to save him. Next up is 3 Spyral Gear drones. I see a lot of builds only running 1 of him, but for me, I personally like him because I'm running the machine dupe build. So his effect is when he's normal special summoned, you can look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and put them in any order. He works really good with Super Agent. So use normal summon drone, activate drone's effect, place the cards in any order, special summon Super Agent, and you get a free pop. His other effect is, he has 3 effects. His second effect is during each player's turn, he can sacrifice himself, target another Spyral card. Spyral cards gains 500 for every card your opponent controls, and that is a permanent gain. So, and his third effect, which you really don't ever use, is he can banish himself and another Spyral card in your graveyard to add a super agent that's in your graveyard back to your hand. Yeah, but that effect rarely comes up. Next up, we're running 2 Last Resorts. I personally like Last Resort. I was running 1 of him, but through testing, I've seen that I'd rather have 2, so I can protect my sleeper and I can protect my super agent. So, and I may bring it back down to 1, but personally, I like 2. Next up is 1 Max C, needed in every deck nowadays. 1 Glow Bulb for your Nat Beast plays. 1 Spiral Sleeper. Spiral Sleeper's effect is you can special summon him by banishing 3 Spiral cards from your graveyard. Most of the time, you're going to be banishing the spells and the traps, because once they hit the graveyard, they're dead to you. His other effect is once per turn during each player's turn, you can target a Spiral card you control, and you can pop 2 cards in your opponent's field. That's a pretty good effect, especially with the Last Resort combo. So what you would do is attach Last Resort to Sleeper, activate Sleeper's effect, targeting himself and 2 cards your opponent controls. Last Resort protects Sleeper from being destroyed, and you get 2 free pops. So that's really good. Last two cards are 1 Ghost Ogre and 1 Effect Veiler. The Effect Veiler is supposed to be another Ghost Ogre, but it's in my other deck. So right now I'm just using Effect Veiler just as a placeholder. So because everyone loves hand traps nowadays, Alright. That's it for the monsters. I'm not mistaken, I had 16 monsters. So, next cards in my spells. Running three Spyral Resorts. Probably one of the best cards in this deck. You want to see this as much as possible. The simple fact that this makes all your Spyral monsters non-targetable, and you get a free search when you activate it, and during the end phase, you get to add a monster back from the graveyard. So it helps you recycle your resources back. Next up is 3 Spyral Big Reds. This is basically the premature burial of the deck. Target a Spyral card in your graveyard, special summon it. And while it's attached to Big Red, that card cannot be destroyed by battle. So usually the combo is with Quick Fix, summon Quick Fix, grab a Big Red, overlay Quick Fix, drop Quick Fix, activate Big Red, bring Quick Fix back to get another Big Red or whatever your card you need, or whatever Spyral Gear card you need for the situation. Yeah. Next up is triple terraforming. Nowadays, every deck in this meta is running some type of field spell, so you just going to need to see this as much as possible, just so you can see resort as much as possible. Next up is triple fully Spyral Gear fully armed. When a friend of mine told me about this card, like, I was legitimately super happy. Just from the fact that its effect is non-targeting. So let me explain what fully armed does. You can only attach it to a super agent. So you got Spyral Super Agent. Also, you got Spyral Tough, which I don't run, but his effect is he gains a super agent gains 1,000, and when he attacks a monster and destroys it, super fully armed effect kicks in. It banishes the destroyed monster and also one other card your opponent controls. So you're necking your opponent too. I'm also running triple machine dupe. Like I said, most people will are running triple machine dupe just so they can see quick fix faster. I personally like machine dupe for quick fix and drone, just so I can get those rank ones on the field. So yeah, I'm also running a double twin twister because I just like back row. I'm also running double instant fusion. With this deck, I really don't need to go to my extra deck, but it also helps when I can't go to my extra deck. So you'll see what I'm running in my extra deck. So 1 Rhoda, 1 for 1, Foolish, and my last 3 trap cards are 1 Warning, 1 Utility Wire, and 1 Strike. Utility Wire's effect is if I control a super agent, I can target a face-up card my opponent controls and just place it on top of the deck. That's good for disruption plays. So that's it for the main deck. Let's go off to the extra deck. In the extra deck, I am playing number 54 Lionheart. He requires 3 level 1s, but his effect is when you go into battle and he can't be destroyed by battle, you detach a material. Any damage you take, your opponent now takes. So your opponent is taking a majority of every single damage you take. So he doesn't really come up that often, but I like having him in here just in case. Next, I am running the Utopia package. Sorry for the German Utopia, couldn't find the English one in time. Make this deck profile, but just a basic Utopia package with Utopia, Prime, and Lightning. Also running one Castell. He's rank 4. I'm also running one F-Zero for the times where my my Sylvan Princess and my Doulahan don't have materials. Just overlay into F-Zero and just do crazy madness. I am also running two Sylvan Princess Rights. When she came out, she helped this deck a lot. Some effect that her effect is she can mill a top card from your deck. If it's a spell or trap, you add it to your hand. If a monster goes to grave, she works well with Spyral Resort, because if it's a monster, you can just put that during the end phase, shuffle that monster right back into the deck. So I really like her. I'm also running one Ghost Straight Doulahan. That's a really good generic rank 1. Effect is during each player's turn, I can detect a material from him, and he halves the attack of my opponent's monster. So only one of him. I am also running Sea Monster Theseus for the super plays with Ancient Fairy Dragon and Coral Dragon and stuff like that. So just one of him. Also running 1,000 Eyes Restrict. Classic card. One of my favorite cards ever. I'm also running one Nat Beast. It's easy to make in this deck. And one Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon. Sorry. There we go. If you get her on the field, pop your field spell to add another field spell to your hand. Then you reactivate Resort's effect, since it's not a hard once per turn, and get another plus to your hand. So she's really good. I'm also running a Coral Dragon, which is in my other deck. So that's it for my Spyral deck profile. If you guys got any suggestions in the comments, make sure to leave them there and let me know. Again, it's probably one of my favorite decks, and I would like to see this deck be more competitive. So, this guy from Team Hothead signing out.